Hi everyone, hope you're doing well today. I wanted to take some time to clarify that smart home technology doesn't just mean smart lights. There's so many different products that can be smart. There's smart plugs you can plug anything into to make it automated, like a fan or a coffee machine, or even your pool filter for cleaning your outdoor pool. There's so many different applications for smart home technology. There's smart TVs, the sky's the limit. The whole point is that they all run in sync together with very little manual input, if any, from you. An example of automation that wouldn't be classified as smart would be some newer coffee makers. You can have them make coffee for you, say at 7 in the morning every day, but that wouldn't be smart because it has a set, rigid schedule that it follows. And what would happen if, for instance, I slept in one day, got up at 9, and I'd have cold coffee? That wouldn't work very well. So if it was a smart plug or a smart device, it would be dependent on your schedule. So maybe you have a smart button that you hit to turn off your alarm. It could also trigger another sequence, turning on music, turning on your coffee machine, things like that. It would be dependent on your activity, not its own set schedule. Another example could be your heating and cooling in your home. Usually you have to use your thermostat to set the temperature. Some of the newer ones do have scheduling built in so that maybe every morning at 7 it'll turn your AC or heat on and modulate in the evening as well. But again, that is a rigid set schedule that won't deviate from that schedule unless you manually do that yourself. So if you had it set that on a Saturday you always have your AC or heat running depending on the season. But on one Saturday, my partner and I left the home to visit some friends or family. With nobody in the home, it'd be a waste of energy and a waste of time to keep that heating or cooling running for nobody there. But if you had a smart thermostat in your smart home, if it noticed that you left the house, it would turn off your heating or cooling. And that way, in the evening, when you got back home, it would automatically turn itself back on again to set itself to your preferred temperature. And that would save you energy and money. That's the whole point about smart technology. It's dependent on you, and in that case, when you leave and come back to your home. Another example with heating and cooling would be that usually you have things set so that in the daytime it might be at around 25 degrees and at night at about 20 degrees. There might be a very hot day outside when it's in maybe the high 20s. Your AC would run to bring it down to 20. But if it started raining like crazy outside, making it a lot cooler, say 19 degrees, a smart thermostat would recognize that the outside temperature is colder than the inside temperature and turn off your air conditioning. That way you could check your phone, and then noticing that the AC is off, you can just open up your windows to get some nice fresh air inside. There'd be no point of running your AC if it's cooler outside than inside. That's another great example of how you could use smart home technology. Another example is your pool filter for your above ground pools. They don't run 24/7. You have to plug them in and unplug them manually, and that's what I used to do every time I wanted to use the pool. Until I got a smart plug, and I programmed it to turn on at 8 a.m. and off at 8 p.m. And another condition to turn so that whenever I opened the back door and I was still swimming, the filter would continue to run until the back door closed when it would turn off. With smart home products, there are hundreds or thousands of different options that you could get into for your smart home automation. And it's absolutely not limited just to lights. As a deaf person, I do use a lot of automation related to lights, but there are other options as well, for sure. So I hope that gives you a bit of a clearer picture. So thank you, and be smart.